Hello students, welcome back to the BRM class, Business Research Methods. And we were discussing about various statistical tools regarding identification of the dispersion of the data. Dispersion means scattering without any homogeneity, without any uniformity. Understand? So till the last class we came to know how to calculate standard deviation for individual series and as well as discrete series type of data. And today we are going to consider the continuous series. So we are going to understand how to calculate standard deviation under the continuous series. What is a standard deviation? One of the finest methods of dispersion calculation. If you compare other methods like range is there, mean deviation is there, quartile deviation is there, variance is there. Amongst all these dispersion methods, the topmost one is nothing but the standard deviation. Okay. Now we discuss today how to calculate standard deviation for the continuous series. As you all recall very well that while you are calculating arithmetic mean for the continuous data, we used to have three methods. One is the direct method and one more is shortcut method and the third one is the step deviation method. Here also just like the arithmetic mean, the standard deviation can be calculated for the continuous series in three forms. One is the direct method, the next one is the shortcut method and the third one is the step deviation method. Okay. Now we are going to understand how to apply direct method to calculate standard deviation for the given data. So this is the direct method formula to calculate standard deviation. So SD stands for standard deviation, sigma. It's not the rho. In few books it is mentioned as the rho. No, it's what is the actual name of this? Sigma. Rho is one more symbol. In the upcoming classes you will come to know about rho. So rho is generally represented like this. So rho means rank correlation. So that is different. Now here the symbol name is what? Sigma. Okay. Now, here, what is sigma? Square root of sigma fi xi square by n minus x bar whole square. If you want, you can extend entire root here. This is one of the way of writing the formula. Okay. Now, what are xi values? You know very well. For the continuous series, the xi values are nothing but the mid values, where capital N is nothing but the total frequency, or is the total of the frequencies. And how do you get x bar? It's nothing but the arithmetic mean for the continuous series, sigma fi xi by n you calculate. Okay. And under the root you substitute, you will get what you called the standard deviation. Right? Now we are going to apply this formula to this given problem. Okay, calculate standard deviation for the following data. So class intervals are given 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to... So if you see, this is a continuous series. If that one is a discontinuous, we have to make into continuous. You know how to do that. So higher limit, lower limit difference by 2. And that one subtracted from the lower limit and added to the higher limit. In the first, I think, in the arithmetic problem, calculation of the arithmetic mean, we did that. So that's why carefully observing the data is very, very important. So blindly, you should not start problem just like that. So this is a continuous problem. So we are going to calculate the standard deviation by using which formula? Direct method formula. Okay. Now as usual, what is required? You require a calculation table. Understand? Now I am going to open a calculation table for this. Okay. So before that, let us use this space. So here one more time I want to write the formula, that is SD. SD stands for standard deviation, that is equal to sigma, that is equal to, okay, sigma Fi xi square by n minus x bar whole square. So this all falls under single root. So whenever the term is bigger, so writing root becomes somewhat difficult. That's why sometimes you can use this way of writing the root. So here root, what to call, applies to all the terms, right? Now as usual, now we go for creation of the calculation table now. First calculation table. So calculation table. So what are the columns you are going to get? The first thing is the problem we write as it is. Here there is no confusion. What is this problem? The problem is of class intervals CA, Fi. We write these information as it is. Okay. So what do you write here? First CA. CA stands for class intervals, not circle inspector. Okay. Now next Fi, frequencies. Now for the CAs, what is required? Mid values required. So mid values. So how to denote that? Standard notation xi. Okay. Now in the formula, what are the things required? You know very well. So xi square is required. So let us open that term also, otherwise directly you can do xi square. Now products are required. What are the products required? Fi, xi is required. And one more product. What is that required? Fi, xi square is required. Okay. So this completes the columns of all the calculation table. Right? Now let us fill up the class intervals. What is it? Gap 0 to 5. Next 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30. So these are all class intervals. Now what are the frequency values correspondingly? We need to write. First is 3, next one is 7, 9, okay, 15, 10, 6. Okay, now we fill up the mid values. What is the first mid value? 0 plus 5 by 2. So how much you will get? 2.5. Mid means in the middle. Now next 5 plus 10 by 2. So how much you will get here? 7.5. Now like that here, how much you will get here? 12.5 mid values. Now next 15 plus 20 by 2. How much you will get here? 17.5. Now like that here 22.5. Now next what do you get here? 27.5. So 27.5. Okay. Now you go for calculation of squares. So what is that? 2.5 square, because what you required? Squares you required. That is equal to 6.25. M plus. Now next 7.5 square, that is equal to 56.25 m plus now 12.5 square, that is equal to 156.25 m plus 17.5 square, that is equal to 306.25 m plus next 22.5 square, that is equal to 506.25 m plus next 27.5 square, that is. So these are the values of xi square. Now we calculate fi xi value. So fi is here, xi is here. So how do we get first value? 3 into 2.5. So that is equal to 7.5. Next 7 into 7.5, that is equal to 52.5. So like that you fill up other values. So by filling fi xi, the total is 825. Same way we calculate fi xi square values, that is fi 3 into 6.25, 18.25. Now next you are going to get 393.75. So like that we fill up remaining values. So by calculating fi xi squares, so we get all these values. The total is going to be 1601.2.5. Okay. Now we go for calculating the required values. So what is the first value is required? So let us finish this table. Okay. Now what is the fi total? So the fi total is going to be 50. So not required this information. Now what is the first thing we calculate? X bar. So what is the X bar formula? fi xi by n. So which is 825 by 50. So that is equal to so you get 165. Now we go for the actual wanted value, standard deviation, ST, sigma. So that is equal to, so what's the formula? So already formula is here. Okay. I'm substituting. So what is sigma fi xi square you got? So 16012.5 by what is n value got? 50 minus what is x bar value got? 165 whole square. So this is all under single root. Careful. So on simplifying, how much you will get? So here 16.5, not 165, 16.5. Correction. So 16.5, that is 16.5 whole square. Okay. So on simplification, what you get here? The final standard deviation value is 6.92820. Okay. So what do you call this method? This method is considered as calculation of the standard deviation by direct method. So by direct method. So this is the formula. Okay. Now we go for the next very important method. What is that? Step deviation method. But as far as shortcut method is there, I am leaving you that one as an exercise. Okay. Now we go for step deviation method. Calculation of standard deviation by using step deviation method. So this is the formula for step deviation method to calculate standard deviation. So under square root is sigma fi di. So what is this? Fi d dash. So fi d dash square by n minus sigma fi d dash by n whole square. Outside C. So what is C here? Class interval. So what is here? Any assumed value. What is C? The class interval, where n is the total of the frequency. Again here, so this is the problem, previous problem. Let us check we are getting the same answer or not. So with the same problem, we are going to calculate standard deviation by using which method? Step deviation method. And now we open up the calculation table. So calculation table. Okay. So before going for calculation table, so here let us take A, that is assumed value. So how much you consider here A as? So before that we calculate the mid values so that we can understand the reason behind that. So let us go for opening the calculation table now. Okay. So as usual, what is it? First class intervals will be as it is. So how many class intervals are there? Like 0 to 5. Next 5 to 10. 10 to 15. Next 15 to 20. 20 to 25. 25 to 30. Okay. Now next we write down the frequencies as it is. Because I wanted to let you know what is the reason behind choosing A. Okay. So by looking at the mid values, you can understand the logic. So before that, what is Fi? So the Fi values are 3, 7, 9, 15, okay, 10, 6. Now you go for the mid values. Very important calculation, mid values. So how do you represent standard notation Xi? So this is important. How to get the mid value? Higher limit plus lower limit by 2, average. So 5 plus 0 means 5. 5 by 2 means 2.5. So 2.5. Now here how much you will get? 7.5. Now here how much you will get? 12.5. Now 17.5. 22.5. Final one is 27.5. Understand? Now as usual, whatever things are required we calculate. So before that, let us logically decide what would be the appropriate value for A. So always remember that when you are going to assume any value, that should be meaningful. So A here you can observe, you can consider any value, but that should be meaningful, means that should be almost near to the calculated values. Understand? Now here if you see the mid values 2.5, 7.5 like that are there. The main reason to go for step deviation method is to reduce the difficulty. How to reduce the difficulty? By means of what you call making the calculation simpler. When you are going to make the calculation simpler, when the data becomes simple. Now here the data in terms of intervals are there, you got the mid values in terms of the decimal points. Again if you carry forward the decimal points like that, isn't it? It's going to be difficult. Nowadays no problem, softwares are available, directly by feeding the data you'll get the answer. But the thing is, whenever that kind of facilities were not there, so these are the few methods they were applied. Okay. Now here you don't have any kind of problem, just feed the data, you will get the answer directly. But internally what is the mechanism is going on, you should understand. So here these are the mid values. So how to make the mid values into a meaningful manner means any one value which is near to these values, better to choose. So according to my experience, what I feel, if you choose the 2.5, all other values are going to be little bit simple. Understand? So what happens now by choosing, let us suppose that here A is equal to 2.5, assumed value. So now that is most important, calculation value. The next one is very important thing, the class interval. So there is no what you called assumption over there, that is fixed. So what is the class interval? The distance between lower and higher limits. So how much you will get here? That is CA value. So which is nothing but the class intervals. So how much? Which is nothing but what? 5. So that is fixed. Now you go for the further calculations. So everything is now fixed. Okay. Now you go for D dash value. So D dash, how do you get the D dash? So mid value minus assumed value by class interval. Okay. So now I am going to fill up the, what is the mid value? 2.5. What is the assumed value? 2.5. What is the class interval? 5. So 2.5 minus 2.5, 0. 0 by 5 is 0. Anything, 0 by anything is 0. See how the value is going to become so simple. First D dash value. Okay. The next mid value is 7.5. Understand? 7.5 minus 2.5. So what is the assumed value? 2.5. Okay. So then what is the simplification value? (7.5) minus 2.5. So how much you will get? 5. 5 by 5. Because C value is 5. So what do you get here? Simply you are going to get 1. Okay. So like that, if you simplify, you fill up all the values. So by filling up D dash values, see the big middle values 2.5, 7.5, decimal values we converted into pure integers. So operations with the integers without decimal points, somewhat easy, understand? So that is the main purpose of going for the step deviation method. Okay. So after finding D dash, now next, what are the columns required? So meanwhile we can open up here one more column. What is the D dash square also? Because that is required. Square of these terms. So what do you get here? 0, 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, Now 5 square is 25. Okay. Now next, what is required? You required the products. What are the products? Fi d dash square and Fi d dash and their totals. So let us go for Fi d dash first. So this is Fi d dash. So 3 into 0 is 0, 7 into 1 is 7, 9 into 2 is 18, okay. So 15 into 3 is 40, 30. Okay. Same way we calculate Fi d dash square. Okay. Now that is 3 into 0, 0, 7 into 1, 7. Like that we fill up these values and we get the totals. So you got all these values, filling up the table. 135 this is. Now what are the totals you are going to get? This is 140. Now this you will get 488. 488. Okay. Now you fill up the table. No. So this total is required how much? 50, not required, not required. Okay. This is also not required. So we fill up the table completely. Okay. So this is called calculation table for standard deviation. Which method? Step deviation method. Understand? Now we substitute in the formula. Therefore, standard deviation, that is equal to sigma. So what is the formula? So already it is there. So I am substituting here. Under square root of, so sigma Fi d dash square. So how much you got? 488 by 50 minus 140 by 50 for this square. Now this is square bracket into, what is the class interval length? 5. So that is outside root, be careful. So 5 should be outside root. That means after simplifying all these things, if you want you can extend this root. Okay. Now, so on simplification what to get? So 488 divided by 50. So 9.76 minus 140 divided by 50. It's square. 7.84. So 7.84. Okay. Outside 5. So now what to get here? 9.76 minus 7.84. under square root 1.92 outside 5. So what is the root value of 1.92? So 1.92 under root. That is root of 1.92. So you'll get 1.385640 something. So 5 decimals are enough into 5. So into 5. So how much you will get here? Finally you will get 6.928. So this is the standard deviation. By which method? Step deviation method. So both the methods, direct method, step deviation method, yielded same answer. Same way you take up this problem by using direct method. I will give the formula for the, so what is that? I will give the formula for shortcut method. Same procedure you apply. There instead of d dash, what you consider? Only di. So di means xi minus a only you consider. Understand? Now I will give the formula for shortcut method. So this is the formula for calculation of standard deviation in the continuous series by shortcut method. Now all of you carefully observe, instead of d dash, what we did previously, we are applying di. So what is di or deviation? How to get xi minus a? What is any assumed mean value? Let us solve the same problem. Assume a as a 2.5. You have to get the same answer. Understand? You will get that 6.93 or 928 something. Okay? You try it. So by this what happens? Complete, topics of first unit have been completed. Now we are ready to start the second unit. That is probability. Very, very interesting unit, that one. So which helps us to take decision in the uncertain situations. Understand? Now I stop here. Thank you so much.